Hi there, everyone. Here we are on the 13th of the very first month of this spectacular year, and really interesting information I've got that came through today about this new segmentation of our hearts and of the earth. It's the 13th today, the day of the divine feminine, so there's a lot of very strong guidance available and these frequencies that link into our feminine instincts, our feminine intuition, and this coming into our own greatness, the revealing of greater truths on this global platform, and revealing more of ourselves to ourselves. So thank you for joining me. So these are, notes that have come through in the last, so from the 11th until now. On a personal level, I have been really busy with clients, but I've been pretty wiped out by the end of the day. They're very powerful, they're very high frequencies, these energies, and our bodies are going through incredible, very massive transition and transformation, and these energetic changes that are occurring through all of the energies coming through. So let me begin with my notes that came on the 11th. So the portal of the 11th of January of 2023, this January portal on the 11th adds to, and it's continued to add to, the energies of the full moon that came through on the 6th and the 7th. So the solar flares as well we have been receiving, and the emotional waters stirring up the emotions. So we've been in this deep inner truth, this ongoing purification, these energies that reveal more truths, more of our own truths to self that enables us to do that, and truths that are coming out on a world stage, revealing more and more. We're seeing more and more of the great COVID pantomime come out, and there's a lot more of that to come, but there is some releasing coming out on the mainstream platform. So this, revealing of the hidden, and you don't have to be a stalwart for that. You can allow that to come out and just be gentle with the people around you. You can just support them with your beautiful hearts. So these, the song that came when I was writing that on the 11th was that song, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. So we are still building, or in the increasing and acceleration of these energies and frequencies, and these energies will continue to amp up and do their work, as Gaia says, of transforming our bodies at a cellular level and the earth and planet. So creating release, purification, upgrade and embodiment through that process that we have all been going through for some time, and all of humanity is on the beginning roads of that now. So to clear out and increase and improve our capabilities, our gifts, and our cellular at DNA level, those DNA strandings being reconnected back to 12 strands, and everybody will be doing that at their pace, which will be faster than many people knew or considered or was in front of them or on their table. So what do? You ride the wave, you be in flow, you be present, you use the breath, you get grounded, you stay hydrated, you rest when you can and feel inclined to. So you can expect this portal of the 11th, which we're still on the edges of, to bring much higher illumination factors and more people in readiness at the Ascension Gateway as we have higher heart and heart activations continue. And Gaia was saying then let's focus on the energy coming in the rear aspect of the heart. So on the 11th, that showed up very strongly. So if you're not aware, many of our, in fact, 5 of our main chakras in our physical body have a front aspect and a rear aspect. And on the 11th, there was a lot of energy coming into the rear aspect, which sits between your shoulder blades around your spine. So you may have been feeling that across your upper back from, about the top of your shoulders all the way down to the bottom of your shoulder blades, or in that region of your upper back. And I wrote, it is certainly holding some heat today. So check in with yourself and your ability to receive love, because in some regards, that part of our heart chakra is our receiving zone for love, even though we can receive love in the front aspect as well. So this ability to receive love is a primary function of the rear heart chakra. So we have a front and rear heart chakra, and we have an upper and lower. And I've got some pretty interesting dynamics that were showing up today about how this is going to change. And then notes from yesterday, higher heart, also the thymus chakra, it's called, or the in here you can kind of see a little, on me it often gets raised like an egg yolk. So it's also called the seat of the soul, the thymus chakra. And so this is often a tapping point for activating your body. You can use affirmations and tap in here and in that heartbeat motion, or what do you call that, rhythm? The waltz, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that rhythm. So yeah, on the 12th, I think that I took like 3 hours to wake up. I was so deep. I'd slept very well, and then it was like it took that long. To be awake enough to get out of bed. And what I wrote was that the earth was slammed with massive multi-directional energetics overnight from the sun, from the moon, and from the heavens. We keep getting squeezed and purified to a deeper level as we are activated higher. It's that kind of oxymoron, isn't it? We go deeper as we go higher. So that's deeper into self, able to access more deeply into self, often into more of our multidimensional aspects, more of our hidden aspects as we go into higher consciousness and higher activations and higher access. So access to more of our self, our multidimensional self and gifts, sort of more and more of that dropping in and coming online and integrating. And yesterday there was a lot of energy in the head still, a lot of crown chakra energy through the temples, through the neck, through the occipital bone, the muscles down the back of the neck, the jaw, still having activations through there in that area, in the pituitary and the pineal, through the crown, and then connecting into the third eye and the physical vision, the physical eyes, and the third eye, or the inner vision, or the clairvoyance. So the activations that connect into those through the center of the forehead and the occipital bone, that soft cavity in the back of your head, and then again connecting to the pineal and the pituitary glands. And you'll know that I often speak of those as kind of creating all of these triangulations or kite, and then into kite shapes within the brain. And yep, so this psychic gift of seeing is coming on strongly for many. These energies are very compacted, white, crystalline, and plasma codes and lights. Ground them in and down into the earth. You've got to keep them moving so they don't get stuck. You don't want them stuck in your head or in your body. They will cause pain. You want to keep them moving and be integrating them. So use the breath, use your grounding skills. Make sure that you are, connecting into your higher aspect, into your inner flame. Be directive and instructive through your higher self. So diamond streaming shapes showing up yesterday. It was as though I could see this. If you imagine it going from, where have I written? If you think of a diamond going from the crown to the temple to the higher heart, so to here. So that diamond shape, slightly shorter in the top part. And that was, as I was watching that on humanity, that shape was streaming with these really dense, close, as in compacted, close together, crystalline stranding with some plasma energies around it. And so these higher heart activations being massive at the moment. So, this is all where it relates to our purpose, our mission, our personal truth, our authentic self, who we are and what we are here to do as a being on the earth, and how we match up to that, how we align to that. That's all to do with this higher heart, which is strongly in activation mode at the moment. And then today, so quite a lot today, and quite well, I'm really not one to use hyperboles and exaggerated language, but it's quite mind-blowing, the information I'm about to give you, or somewhere in here anyway. It's the stuff that came through today. There's a few pages of it. So Gaia, we are returning to earthly paradise, where we come into resources being shared, where no starving, no thirst, no sickness, no disease, and this different and equal distribution of wealth. And as we come into equilibrium, we will come to this, and we will hold space for this, for others to enter this zero or neutral point. So everything is going to be having that perspective in divine light. And of course, as that comes in more and more, if you think about the 0 point being the point at which everything collapses into the neutral zone, or the 0 point, then there's a lot of paradigms to collapse. And one of the ways that I've been seeing it is, imagine that there's a piece of bamboo, and as we move more into the middle, it actually breaks, cannot withstand the weight as it's suspended. So these are the sorts of experiences that we can envision occurring through all of these old paradigms that hold old beliefs and systems and structures that don't work. Certainly they don't work in our new world, and B, they're not functional in our higher dimensional ways of operating as we come into higher mind, into higher heart, into higher consciousness, into higher ways of speaking, and through the voice of truth. So values will shift accordingly, of course. So we are experiencing these ongoing energies from our solar, lunar, celestial bodies and heavenly realms. Use your heart breath. Feel into the energy of your heart. Notice the expansion. Smile and note the energetic streaming front and back and the direction up and down and diagonal. So we are going to be exploring this. I'm going to tell you what it is that I have seen. It's only a beginning exploration. But you are asked to find your still point, to be in contemplation of nothing, and yet be in contemplation of your inner self. The pause, the moment between the breath and no thought. Be there. So this old paradigm of seeing is believing is being swapped out to believing is seeing. So we need to conjure up our new beliefs in order to make them happen, because this is how we create our own reality. So remember to be in that neutral place when there is chaos around you. I want to tell you that. We are likely to see people now begin to spin out, lose the plot, be angry, lose their temper. Some people will be in rage and enraged. Some people will be in chronic pain and enraged. And so just be aware. And I just want to say, just kind of keep out of it. Just allow people to do their process with that. But, we might see it around us as people are trying to cope with this, the chaos, really. That the unawakened and unaware will be rocked or as their world changes, and we return to our original organic divine blueprints. So you will be the steady as she goes rock, the observer, the holder of space, the steady hand, the measured and reassuring voice. But you don't need to put yourself in danger. So I'm showing that we are having planetary change and heart change. And the way that I have been showing this is, imagine that you have an orange, and imagine that the orange is here, it's a sphere, and that the core, where the stalk of the orange is at the top, and the other end is at the bottom, and you cut it horizontally through the center. Then you peel the orange, and then you break it into quarters. So now we've got our orange segmented into a bottom semisphere, a top semisphere, okay? And then we've also got that divided into 4. So when we put them together, we've got 8 segments. Does that make sense? So we've got 8 segments. So we've got an upper quarter, a lower quarter. Sorry, that's not even correct. Yes, it is. An upper quarter, but yeah, an upper quarter and a lower quarter. And so and there are 4 in the upper and 4 in the lower. That makes 8. And this is the new segmentation of our planet. So we are coming into this as we reach and stretch into the higher dimensional levels, let's say. This is a new planetary configuration. Yeah, that's probably the best way to explain it. So we still have our toroidal field moving through the center, moving up through the center, and then as it comes out the top, it splits off into 4 and comes around, and then comes back up, and then comes around and down to the bottom and up to the center and out through the middle and back down to the bottom. So it's going like this. Okay, and it's going like that in the other direction as well. Hopefully that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but that is our new configuration. And our hearts are a match, just as our heart is this mini Taurus of the planet. It still is, but this is our new configuration. Yep, so 4 segments above the equatorial center and 4 below this planetary change and expansion of energy flow through quadrants, but with 8 sections. A shift in the energetic flow also, as though the Taurus segments off, like I've just tried to explain to you. And this assists expansion, balance, and equilibrium. I'm told it will come in as our adjustment. That individually we will notice this difference in our hearts. And I noticed that as I let my body soften and feel into that, I could feel like this movement that rocked me back and forth and side to side in 2 separate infinity symbols. So that connects into that as well. So see what happens in your own body as you soften into that and feel it. But that's Gaia says we are about to shift and expand. And something else that is of interest is this whole connection to the planetary realm. So all planets are going to be stationing direct as of January the 22nd. So, we've been in a lot of retrograde. Not that I'm claiming that I am an astrologer by any stretch of the imagination, but we have had planets in retrograde and a lot of them moving in and out of that. But on the 22nd, we are about to move into a cycle that lasts until the middle of April, where all planets are in direct or moving forward. And so I listened to Molly McCord, and I wrote these notes from what she said. Uranus is very fast moving, helps us to, well, it's just such a perfect match to what Gaia gave me, but I'll read this to you. Helps us to redefine what is wanted, what is necessary in our life to lead and live a meaningful life. It also can bring a sudden knowingness as to where you are having this sudden knowingness. You'll get a lot of clarity, she is saying, as Uranus moves direct on January the 22nd. We know that's another portal date, so there's a lot lining up. She says use this energy to tap into what is really valued, needed, and essential. What do you want to create in your new life and in our new planetary and human life? And Gaia had given me these notes about this. This is really the time to dream up and probably put pen to paper or create a dream board. What do you want in your life? How do you want to feel and experience in our new world, individually, in partnership, in your family, in the community, and in our world community? Let's use these energies productively in unison and alignment with the increase in divine codes and DNA activations. So, yeah, that's the pretty interesting thing, that this is our higher dimensional formation of our heart and of our planet. And I was showing that today. And so I can't tell you exactly when we are moving into it, but I suggest that we're moving into it now. And it will become, we'll work with it, we'll learn how to work with it, how to breathe with it. So, yeah, attune to that, see how that feels. But that's in your heart. The micro is that the way I explained the segmentation of the orange. So that is our planet, and then our hearts are the micro version of that. So hello, Billy, and hello, Heidi, I think, and Stacey and Donna Jean. And yeah, so we're in this heating up, speeding up, changing up, and we're in this window. Well, we're in like another portal between now and the 22nd, and then we're into this bigger kind of corridor. So, Gaia is speaking about these, more people being brought into being in preparation. So, yeah, we're just waiting for what it's interesting because, she talked about the fact that the planet has to come into this redefined balance, equilibrium, and pressurizing. And so now today I get shown that. Anyway, much love to you. Go gently with yourselves. I know lots of people are experiencing a lot of pain, and remember to, get it moving, keep it moving, move it downwards, move it out through the body, use the breath, use hydration, use your guides, call upon your higher aspects to assist you, call upon the earth to pull it in. And we'll speak again soon. Much love to you.